You're good.
Hey guys, Victor here from Tactical Advantage, and we're here to do a box opening of Magic the Gathering Oath the Gatewatch. I'm really excited about this. I've actually been hoping to get a Chandra Flame Caller, so let's hope that we can get it in this box. One thing about this box, one thing about this set in general, is that it is meant for two-headed giant format, basically a 2-on-2 game. Oh wow, look at those packs, they're so pretty. Alright, let's start. Where do we want to start? Let's start on the right side. So, obviously, you guys know there's 36 packs in a box, so this is going to be a lengthy video. I'm going to explain some of the cards as we go through it, and as soon as we get a lot of repeats, we're just going to slide through the packs. So, first we got the Ondu War Cleric, Ancient Crab, the Aqua Protector, and Witness to the End. Canopy Gorger, Kozilek Trans. Actually, I wanted a translator, so that's pretty good. Xanda's The Wasteland. Alright, so our rare is going to be Amunda's Vanguard. Actually, yeah, that's a really good card. That's a really good start off. That's actually in the intro packs. It's one of the intro pack cards for the white and black deck. On to the next one. Let's see. The die. Slaughter Drone is actually a very fun card. I'm thinking of making a Devoid deck after everything is said and done, but not sure myself. Also, some cards that we should be looking for are the Oath cards, Oath of Nissa, Oath of Jace, Oath of Gideon, and hopefully we get a few of those. And our rare for this is called the Gatewatch, which is a sorcery. Search your library for a Planeswalker card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. It's a really good +1 if you need any +1s in the deck. Still hoping for that Chandra though. It's still early. We could still pull one. Actually, let me tell you a little something about this card. We had a pre-release event, and almost everybody was running a red-white, and this card was the most used card in that because it gives the target creature haste, and you get to draw a card. One drop red, that's beautiful. Bolter Salvo. And the rare for the set is going to be Eldrazi Obligator. Eldrazi Obligator has the Void. When you cast Eldrazi Obligator, you may pay 1 and a waste, which is going to be the new land for this. If you do, gain control of the target creature until the end of the turn, untap creature, and that creature gains haste until the end of the turn. While at the same time, this card has haste. So that's also a very good pull for anyone who likes running red Eldrazi aggro. Some fun things about this set is that it's not mainly focused on the Eldrazi's itself. It's more of a focusing on a Planeswalker with a bunch of Eldrazi support from the last set. So that's really good to see that they're not just focusing on one archetype of the deck, but rather expanding upon other ones. Look at that Wasteland. So this is what the new Waste looks like. It's our new land. I think they basically made it for Eldrazi's because Eldrazi is getting kind of broken being a colorless and you can't target it. So there we go. We got a new land for it. Thank you, broken system. And the rare is going to be a Drana Trozen. It has Cohort, tap and untap ally you control, and put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tap. So there's a bunch of good uses for this card. Me personally, I wouldn't use it because I don't like zombies or vampires, but I can see where people can start swarming and really abuse the crap out of this card. I'm actually really excited to build a green deck. I've been wanting to build elves for a very long time. I just haven't had any of the cards to actually make it. And I'm terrible at making decks, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just awful at it. And our rare for the pack is going to be Stoneforge Masterwork. It is an artifact equipment, so equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. And it also has the equipment cost of 2 after one of your creatures is gone. So very useful card, not as useful as say like Hetron Archive or Expedite, but still a very useful card in play. Alright, we're gonna move along a little bit faster since we are seeing a bunch of repeats, so and our rare for the set is going to be Alai Eternal Pilgrim, which has Death Touch, and tap 1, sacrifice another creature, you gain life equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness. You can also tap 1 colorless, a plains, and a swamp to sacrifice another creature, exile target non-land permanent, activate this ability only if you have 10 life more than your starting life total. So, and look at that, a foil and Alpha Protector, which just has Vigilance, which is also really good for any allied deck, because a 3-drop of Vigilance is going to be really good in this format. And our rare for this set is going to be Thought-Knot Seer. Thought-Knot Seer. When Thought-Knot Seer enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it and exile that card. When Thought-Knot Seer leaves the battlefield, target opponent draws a card. So it gives your opponent a neg, but when it's gone, it gives them a +1. It's one of those cards that, if it need be put in a deck, you would have to find a way to keep it on the field long enough to where that +1 does not matter. Still very good, or very good 4/4/4/4 drop, but there are still some better choices out, and you'll see them in the set. Something cool. Negate, which is a great reprint, by the way. Awesome. And our rare for the set is going to be Fall of the Titans. Fall of the Titans has Surge, pay X colorless, and 1. Fall of the Titans deals X damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or players. So it's a really good card for a burn deck. And our rare for the set is going to be Seaver of Form. I'm not going to read the effect because that's a little bit too much to go into detail. You know what? Screw it. At the beginning of the combat of your turn, reveal the top card of your library. If a creature card is revealed this way, you may have creatures you control other than the Deceiver of Form become copies of that card until the end of turn. You may put that card on the bottom of your library. I can see this being played in I don't know, a Drowsy Swarm deck where if played correctly, the top card can be something amazing and all your creatures can become Ulamog or something. But again, it's kind of one of those cards where it's a iffy kind of play, but it's still a nice 7-drop for an 8/8 creature. our rare for this set is going to be another ally internal pilgrim, which means that we're starting to get into some reprints of the rares. Still haven't pulled any mythics yet, but we still have a whole box, so there's that. Slip through time. This is one of those cards that's going to be really good for a control deck, or a wonderful blue control deck, because it makes sure that one of your creatures is unblocked and it gives you a draw. It's basically a free attack with a draw power. So control decks are going to love this card a lot. And our rare for the set is Overwhelming Denial. It has a search cost of 2, so Overwhelming Denial cannot be countered by spells or abilities. Counter target spell. This is a really good card, again, for a control deck. And our foil for this pack is going to be Obstruse Interference. This is another control card. It's a counter target spell unless the controller pays 1. And you put a 1/1 colorless Cyan creature token on the battlefield that has sacrifice this creature, add 1 waste to your mana pool. So it's a feeder along with being a proper counter. It is a 3-drop, so it's just as expensive as Spell Shrivel for all your Eldrazi players, but still a good choice. And our rare for this one is Remorseless Punishment. It's a 5 cost card, 2 swamp, 3 colorless. Target opponent loses 5 life unless that player discards 2 cards or sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Repeat this process only once. Alright, so that was the right side. Let's see if we can get any better luck on the left side, and then we'll save the center for last. Now right side, you didn't pull any mythics. And our rare for the set is going to be Goblin Dark Dwellers. This is actually a promo card for the set. If you buy a box from your local game store, you will get a promo of this card, and it's a really good card. It's a 5-drop, 2 red, 3 colorless, and it has Menace. When Goblin Dark Dweller enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost of 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So you get a free sorcery or instant from your graveyard as you put this in play. A 5/5 drop that is essentially a +2 or +3. A really good card. I would recommend putting it in a deck that consists of getting a lot of goblins out on the field. Mighty Leap. Oh, see a shiny. So for our rare is going to be Wandering Funeral. This card enters the battlefield tap. If you tap it, you can add a blue or a red to your mana pool, or you can pay the cost, which is going to be a blue and red with two colorless. Until the end of turn, Wandering becomes a 1/4 blue and red creature with converted mana cost 0. Then it switches the creature's power and toughness until the end of the turn, and it's still considered a land. And for our shiny, we got a Flail Mountain. I'm really liking the full art for these cards. They have gotten really good by making these full arts. So good job, Wizards. Still haven't pulled a mythic. We're still hoping for that. Still hoping for a Chandra Flamecaller. So And for our rare, we're gonna have a Gladeheart Cavalry. The Gladeheart Cavalry enters the battlefield, support 6, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 6 targeted creatures, which that's great. Whenever a creature you control gains a +1/+1 counter on it dies, you gain 2 life. So basically, you can have up to about 12 life if you have 6 target creatures to give a +1/+1 counter onto when this card is dropped. Alright, and our rare for this set is going to be a Lenovola, the pre-server. And that is going to be our mythic. Finally, something that we can just look at and say, wow, this is a decent card. But it's going to be our mythic for this pack. It is a 6-drop with flying. When the preserver enters the battlefield, if an opponent has more life than you, you gain 5 life. When Lenovola enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more creatures than you, put a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So it is a 6-drop with a 5/5 and has the possibility to give you a 3/3 angel. Always nice to have, and it's really good for our first mythic. And for our shiny, which I did not notice, we're gonna have a Thought-Knot Seer. So really cool foily rare card. Mob Kozilek. Alright, so Flyer Drone is going to be the uncommon for our rare. So let's see what our rare is going to be. Our rare is going to be Deep Fathom Skulker. Alright. Mind Melter. So Mind Melter is going to be our common, and our rare for this is going to be Eldrazi Mimic. Whenever another colorless creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may change Eldrazi Mimic's base power and toughness to that creature's power and toughness until the end of turn. And our foily for this is going to be Grip of the Roll. Our rare is going to be Oath of Chandra. When Oath of Chandra enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target creature and opponent controls. At the beginning of each end step, if a planeswalker enters the battlefield under your control this turn, Oath of Chandra deals 2 damage to each opponent. So this is going to be our first Oath card, which is really nice, Oath of Chandra. Now let's just hope that I can pull a Chandra myself. The other Oath cards are going to be fun to get. I like Oath of Nissa out of all of them. It's just very broken. With a combo of Oath of Nissa and Oath of Jace, you can probably just run a full Planeswalker deck and be okay. So our rare for this is going to be Eldrazi Displacer. And our rare for this is going to be Sifter of the Skulls. 2 more packs after this on the left side, and then we have the middle side. And the rare for this set is going to be Bearer of Silence. And our rare is going to be Oath of Jace. So now we need Oath of Nissa and Oath of Gideon, and we'll be set with all the oaths from this set. Our foil is going to be a forest. I know I said it earlier, but I have to say it again. I really like the full art lands. And our rare is going to be a mythic. Nice. It's a Cloudis Trader of the Get, which has lifelink. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile the target creature and put a 2/2 black zombie token on the battlefield. You can pay 2 colorless and 1 swamp, sacrifice another vampire or zombie, and put 2 +1/+1/+1 counters on Trader. Really good. It's a 4-drop, it's a 3/4, and it has a bunch of, well, oomph for a card that is meant to just stay in the zombie deck. Zombie decks are going to be viable. So now we're going to get to our last 12 packs. Nice in the center. We have 2 oaths, got 2 mythics, got a few more to go. Let's hope for some more oaths, shall we? And our rare has like the Great Distortion. Nice, another mythic. So that was a back-to-back mythic. Really awesome. And this is actually one of the better mythics of the set. So when you cast Kozilek, the Great Distortion, if you have fewer than 7 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. This card also has Menace. Discard a card with converted mana cost X. Counter target spell with converted mana cost X. So this basically becomes an instant on the field that just says, I'm going to negate everything as long as I have enough cards in hand with proper converted mana cost to do so. Great card, good splash. I mean, it can't really be a splash anymore since, you know, we have waste. But it's still a really viable card for any Eldrazi deck. Put that to the side. And our rare is going to be Zendikar Resurgent. Another good card. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana to your mana pool of any type that land produced. And whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. And our rare is going to be Seagate Wreckage, which adds a waste to the mana pool. Or if you actually tap it and play 2 colorless and a waste, you can draw a card. And you can only activate this if you have no cards in hand. So it's kind of a iffy situation if you need that draw. If you desperately need that draw, that's the card you would use. And it's still a decent land. Still gives you a waste. And rare for this pack is going to be Reality Smasher. And the rare is going to be Anissa, Voice of Zendikar. This is actually a really good mythic. So we get a Planeswalker in this box, which is Anissa. That's awesome. So it's a 3-drop. If you +1, put a 1/1 green plant creature token onto the battlefield. If you -2 from it, it gets a put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. And if you -7, you gain X life and draw X life cards, where X is the number of lands you control. So this is for a really good land control deck. I'm actually really excited that we got a Nissa. It's not a Chandra, but it's still a Nissa. So, I mean, it's still a Planeswalker. So this is really good. our rare is going to be Jorian Ruin Diaper. And our foily is going to be Witness the End. Nice. And our rare is Vile Redeemer. Rare for this is going to be another dual land. Sweet. Got 4 more packs to go. Let's hope for a Chandra. Probably not going to pull one because we already pulled 4 mythics, but one can still hope. Alright, this is our rare for the set. It's going to be a Salvin Advocate. Sylveon. And our rare is going to be Matter Reshaper. And our rare for this is going to be Ruins of Oran Reef. Last pack. See if we can end this on a high note. Really high note. And our rare is the Oath of Gideon. Sweet. So we got 3 of the Oath cards and a foil dual lands. So we got 3 of the Oath cards. A Planeswalker Nissa, which is really nice. And let's just do a little simple recap of the mythics we pulled for this. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. If you guys want to see more box openings, please give us a comment on the comment box down below. We are here in Tactical Advantage from 12 to 10 Tuesday through Friday. Oh, sorry, 3 to 10 Tuesday through Friday. 12 to 10 Saturday and Sunday, and 7 to close on Monday. Close is going to be one of those words that it depends on how many people show up for a tournament. And we do have Monday Night Magic tournaments. That is the base selling of Mondays and why we're here, because we all love Magic and all the Magic shenanigans that happen. So these are the cards that I'm really excited that we pulled. So the 4 mythics, the Kozilek of the Great Distortion, which is really good. Nissa, the Voice of Zendikar. Everything here is actually going to be into the binder. So if anybody in the area would like any of these cards, just stop by down the store and we can talk. Thank you for watching the video. Again, I am Victor from Tactical Advantage, and I hope you guys have a great day.